Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. The purpose of today's video is to undertake a replacement of the spare wheel cover on the back of the Pajero. Sorry for the delay between this video and the previous ones. We've actually been away on a road trip around Australia. We went all the way down from Brisbane to Adelaide down the coast and came back inland. Took us about 2.5 weeks, and we did over 7,000 kilometers. And yeah, the old girl did pretty well, so very happy with it still. Now this particular cover, as you can see, with time it's sort of a bit faded. The letters are faded. It's got quite a few little chips and scratches and whatnot on it, so I found one on Facebook Market that's in a lot better condition for a third of the price of what you'd get brand new from Mitsubishi. So we're just going to go ahead and replace this cover today. So to do that, the first step is to come around here, open these two plastic pockets and replace these two bolts. These are the same bolts you'd open to replace your spare wheel. So just go ahead and do that first and we'll go from there. Okay, so here we are. We've opened this rear cover. Now this is the spare one, the new one that I've got. So the next step is to understand the wiring and undo them before we can take out the cover. Looks like it's attached at these 2 points here, one here and the other down here. So this is where it may come off. No, actually not. I think these are the 2 points you'll be actually opening. So we'll probably be opening this screw here and this screw up there and this screw there. This doesn't look like, this looks more like a scrivet. So I believe this is where we'll be detaching it from the main body of the car or the tailgate of the car. But yeah, look, so there's this wire coming down here and it's going to the parking sensor here. So we'll have to take off this, and it's going to this light here. That's the rear brake light, and it's going here to the other parking sensor. So we'll have to undo all of these, and then there's this wire coming up here, and that's going to one of the number plate lights here, and to the other number plate light here. So essentially this is the main wire that you're going to sort of unclip from these points, from the number plate lights, from this rear brake light, and from the parking sensors. So we'll have to take all of these off. And plus I've got the wiring for the reverse camera that sort of clips here, so we can take these off as well, and that shouldn't be a problem. So we'll just go ahead, try and unclip these wirings, and then we'll take this particular cover off, and then we'll put the other one back on, and then try and fit and slot everything in the other cover. So just go ahead and do that next. Okay, here we are back at the Pajero. We've just taken off the number plate and the reverse camera. So that's all been undone. Now I've had another look at this thing, and it might be a bit simpler than what I previously thought. See, this plastic is separate from this metal frame, so we probably don't need to actually worry about removing all this wiring and stuff. All we need to do is unscrew this plastic, which is attached through these screws and these bolts to this particular frame, and I think that should allow it to come off, and then we just essentially just screw and bolt the other plastic piece back on. So I think that's probably all we need to do, to be honest. So we'll just go ahead and do that and see how we go. Okay, so here we go. We're done with removing this original spare wheel cover. So there was a series of nuts and bolts that we had to do take out. So there were 3 screws here, got to take these three out. And there were a couple of there were a couple of bolts here. So one here, size 10 bolts. 2 bolts here, size 10 again. Got to take these four out. And then there's 3 screws here. One here, one here, one here. So take them out just with a normal Phillips head screwdriver. So essentially that's it. You got to take all of them out. A couple of things extra you'll need to do. You'll have to unclip the wires for the 2 rear parking sensors, and you'll have to take out the couple of nuts that attach the brake light. Those are the 2 nuts, one here and one here. They come off with a size 10 socket wrench as well. So that's all. Now the next step is to put the new cover on, and to do that you probably need someone to hold it in for you while you put in all the screws and bolts. So we'll just go ahead and do that, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we've replaced the spare wheel cover now. It's all been hooked back up. The parking sensors are in, the brake lights secured to this wheel cover. So these 3 screws have gone back in. These 2 clips, they just slide over this metal frame here. 2 bolts here, one size 10 bolt, goes here. Another size 10 bolt at the bottom here, another one here. These 2 go here, and these 3 screws go back here. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So that's it. So essentially done. Now I just need to put the number plate back on. Just screw it back in, and then I'll just have to put the reverse camera and pass the wiring of the camera through there. So that's pretty much it. It's all done. So I'll just go ahead and do that. This is the old cover anyway, just in here. So I'll just put that back on, and then we'll be done. Okay, so we're all done here. The cover is secured back in place. The number plate's back on. The reverse camera is back on. One good thing about this cover, which the other cover didn't have, it's got a little slot in here, just at the top here, where you can actually pass the wiring from the reverse cameras. You don't have to go through the number plate light slits. So this makes it a bit easier. Allows you a bit more room or length, or gives you a bit more length of the wire, so it looks a bit neater. But yeah, it's all done. Fortunately for me, it's exactly the same color as my Pajero. I didn't have to paint it. Looks almost like brand new. And of course, when you're done, you just put the 2 bolts back in here and put the little 2 plastic caps back on, and that's it. So there you go. That's how to replace the spare wheel cover for the Mitsubishi Pajero. Thanks for watching, and hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.